Hey, welcome back. Art of Cycling, still the Tour de France. It'll be the tour for a while, folks. And if you add in the Tour de France Femme, which of course I will, it's going to be the tour for a long time. So we're on stage 3 of the men's, the Tour de France, and coming up over the second climb of the day. So for those who don't know, there are several different jerseys awarded in the tour. One is for the person to go over the climbs. Whoever gets over is most of the most climbs first. There's a point system for each climb. In this case, it's a category 2, so it's just 2 points for Molar. Molar took the first King of the Mountains on the road, and the team time trial one was awarded, but there were no points attached. And then the next day out, he fell apart. So stage 3, he had a horrible day, was way off the pace, and lost that hard fought for jersey. He probably went too deep and just didn't have it for the next day. But one day in the Malio Apua is one day more than virtually everybody else. It's not a lot of people are ever wear the polka dot jersey. And but today he's gone over the first, this is Cat 3, I think. Yeah, so that's why it's 2 points. The first climb that he went over, the Cat 4, so they're numbered, of course, in reverse order of difficulty. That was just 1 point. So he's now on 6 points, and with this, it moves him to 8, which puts him back into 3rd place in the competition. But he's got a chance. He could reclaim it today if they stay away all the way over the final climb. And with this big of a breakaway, that might be a possibility that they stay away now. Whether he's going to be able to get all the points is another question. And of course, there are so many strategies at play in the tour. And one is, so Molar is going for the points, but I'm not quite sure who this is for EF, but it's his teammate who currently holds the lead. So his goal here is to try to keep Molar from getting points. Now, he was unsuccessful in the 2 attempts thus far, but it's the thing about the tour, you keep trying. So it's interesting. Most of the time when they go over a mountain, it's blue sky, but this view, it's all woods. But then again, it's not a huge climb. It's not a mountain. actually calling it. It's the Col de Paradis. Phil pronounced it differently, but that's what it looks like. When I say Phil, of course, Phil Liggett is the long-term, and when I say long-term, 50 plus years commentator on the U.S. broadcasters NBC, or Peacock for those who just stream. So as always, start with the pale colors. And then work my way through to the darkest. Several reasons for that, of course. Most importantly, well, one is helps keep the brush cleaner. Less washing out of color, or because, you know, if I paint a dark color, it takes a lot more effort to get that out of the brush before I go to the next. So I just work my way through, and of course I work warm to cool as well, partially for the same reason. One, it's just the way it's just the way my brain works. So, of course, I've talked more, about the sponsor and their branding of the King of the Mountains. I think I did that in the previous video. It's interesting, this painting, it's going to have very little warm color to it. So that's going to make these little pops of red all that much more important, because with the woods behind, there's going to be, I said red, and that made me put red on my brush rather than the pink I wanted. Auto-suggestive there, huh? I love that EF uses pink, but in the Giro d'Italia, they always have to change their color, because that's the color of the leader's jersey, just as Visma Lisa bike has to change its jersey for the Tour, because again, theirs is primarily yellow. And the whole point of the yellow jersey was so that fans along the side of the road could see who was leading. So that's why the different colored jersey was established. Don't remember exactly when it came into play, but it's probably been 100 years now. So these two ride for, I'm not happy with the color of that. So, as I've said before, it's very hard to erase with the watercolor. So what I'm doing is taking a little bit of water and picking that up with the brush. And now, I didn't miss by much. It's just that it needed to be bluer than it was. more like their helmet color. And see, then I can just come back in and lay it back in. And then, of course, the blues. Of the branding. Oops. Now see here, I've got to clean the brush particularly well because I missed somebody's leg. So I'm going to have to figure out who these two riders are for this. I believe it's Bahrain Victorious. It's always fun when they win a stage to play with their team name. They've kind of been quiet thus far. So this is the first time I've painted anybody from this team this year. One of the things I do is keep track. It's a goal. I don't force the goal, but it is a goal to make sure to paint at least one person from every team. And so far, only one team have I painted everybody, and that was the very first painting. You can see the time-lapse version of that video if you look through my things, the very first of the Tour de France time-lapse videos. But Caja Royal, Mollar's team, and he's in there because they were the first to start the team time trial. And I painted them as they went down the start ramp. So the whole team got painted. The next most would be UAE. Painted all but one member of that team. Oh, now I see something else I missed, color-wise. Let me come out and get that. I forgot the gloves of Molinar's gloves. Now, as you can see, I've broken my own rule. I haven't done the trees in the background yet. But as I often say, with art, rules are made to be broken. So since I'm about to switch back to green, we'll go ahead and get Molinar's gloves. Just to swatch a color. Now again, breaking rules, but usually when I paint the trees, I start with the shadow leaves up underneath. And that helps give a little more depth to the trees. And I'll just sort of work my way in stages. So now we'll add some yellow ochre to the deep green. And you notice I'm doing this little dabby brush stroke in some cases, and that helps indicate leaves. Of course, the downside of these thumbtacks is I can end up with a perfectly outlined thumbtack. So just a bit lighter. Used a bit of a different green, sort of a straight emerald green, mixed in with that ochre. And I don't often paint a real landscape view of the tour. I'm kind of regretting there was a beautiful shot of the Peloton along the coast of the Mediterranean. Really should have painted that. But, you know, that ship has sailed, or that Peloton has ridden by. That was back when they were in Spain. This is the first stage that's of the rest of the tour that will all take place in France on the roads. Just use La Vie en Rose for the time lapse, and now I hear it playing from downstairs. Figure I had to choose that one since the included the French national champion. So now just laying in the road color, so we're just about done. And again, I have to stop. Call this adding to his total. So enough time just to tell you, hope that you'll subscribe. Please leave a comment. Ask any questions. I'll try to cover them in the next video. And of course, we'll hope you all will consider subscribing. That way you'll know when the next videos pop up. And of course, as always, I do appreciate you watching. I hope you will come back for more, and leave a thumbs up so others can find these. Thanks so much. See you tomorrow.